Today our topic is what the Stoics taught about time management. Time is one of the most valuable things we have, yet it is also one of the most easily wasted. The Stoics, ancient philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, understood this deeply. They believed that how we use our time defines the quality of our lives. They taught that time management is not just about being productive or getting more done. It is about living a meaningful and virtuous life. The Stoics had practical wisdom about how to use time wisely, and their ideas are still relevant today. Let's explore what they taught and how we can apply their lessons to our modern lives. First, the Stoics believed that time is the most precious resource we have. Seneca, in his essay on the shortness of life, wrote that life is not short, but we make it short by wasting time. He said that many people live as if they will have endless time, but the truth is that life is unpredictable. We do not know how much time we have left, so we must use every moment well. Seneca compared time to money. He said that when we lose money, we can always earn it back, but when we lose time, it is gone forever. This is why the Stoics emphasize the importance of valuing time above all else. They believe that wasting time is the worst kind of loss because it is a loss of life itself. The Stoics also taught that we should focus on what is within our control. Epictetus, a former slave who became a great philosopher, said that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we use our time. He taught that we should not waste time worrying about things we cannot change, like the past or the opinions of others. Instead, we should focus on what we can control, our actions, our thoughts, and how we spend our time. This idea is central to Stoicism. It reminds us that we have the power to choose how we live each day. We can choose to spend our time on things that matter, like building relationships, learning, and growing as individuals. Or we can waste it on distractions and trivial matters. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, also wrote about time management in his personal journal, Meditation. He often reminded himself that life is short and that he should not waste time on things that do not align with his values. He believed that every moment is an opportunity to practice virtue and live in accordance with nature. Marcus Aurelius advised himself to focus on the present moment because the past is gone and the future is uncertain. He said that we should not delay doing what is right or postpone our goals. Instead, we should act now because we do not know how much time we have. This is a powerful reminder to stop procrastinating and start living intentionally. One of the key lessons from the Stoics is that we should prioritize what truly matters. They believe that many people waste their time on things that are not important, like chasing wealth, fame, or pleasure. The Stoics taught that these things are external and cannot bring lasting happiness. Instead, they encouraged us to focus on internal qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These are the things that lead to a good life. Seneca said that we should ask ourselves every day, what have I done today that truly matters? This question helps us reflect on how we are spending our time and whether we are living in alignment with our values. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of setting clear goals and priorities. They believe that without a sense of purpose, we are likely to drift through life and waste time. Epictetus said that we should have a clear vision of what we want to achieve and why. He taught that our goals should be based on our values and not on external rewards. For example, if we value learning, we should set a goal to read and study regularly. If we value helping others, we should make time to volunteer or support those in need. By setting meaningful goals, we can use our time in a way that brings us closer to the life we want to live. Another important Stoic lesson is to avoid distractions. The Stoics lived in a time without smartphones or social media, but they still faced distractions. They knew that it is easy to get caught up in unimportant activities or to be influenced by the opinions of others. Seneca warned against spending too much time on entertainment or gossip. He said that these things may seem enjoyable in the moment, but they do not contribute to a meaningful life. Instead, he advised us to spend our time on activities that enrich our minds and souls, like reading, writing, or having deep conversations with friends. This is a reminder to be mindful of how we spend our time, and to avoid things that do not add value to our lives. The Stoics also taught that we should accept the limits of time. They believed that death is a natural part of life, and that we should not fear it. Instead, we should use the awareness of our mortality to motivate us to live well. Seneca said that thinking about death can help us appreciate the time we have and use it wisely. He wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." This means that we often fear death, but live as if we have endless time. The Stoics encouraged us to live with the awareness that our time is limited, so we should make the most of it. Another practical Stoic tip for time management is to practice gratitude. The Stoics believe that being grateful for what we have helps us appreciate the present moment. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be thankful for the time he had and to use it well. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This practice of gratitude can help us focus on the positive aspects of life and avoid wasting time on complaints or regrets. The Stoics also taught that we should be disciplined with our time. They believed that self-discipline is essential for living a good life. Epictetus said that we should train ourselves to resist temptations and stay focused on our goals. He compared self-discipline to a muscle that gets stronger with practice. By being disciplined with our time, we can avoid procrastination and make progress toward our goals. This means setting boundaries, saying no to distractions, and staying committed to what is important. Finally, the Stoics believe that we should use our time to help others. They taught that one of the best ways to live a meaningful life is to contribute to the well-being of others. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be kind and just in his actions. He believed that by helping others, we not only improve their lives, but also enrich our own. This is a reminder that time spent in service to others is never wasted. Whether it is volunteering, supporting a friend, or simply being kind to a stranger, these actions add value to our lives and the lives of others. In conclusion, the Stoics taught that time management is not just about being efficient or productive. It is about living a meaningful and virtuous life. They believed that time is our most precious resource and that we should use it wisely. By focusing on what is within our control, setting clear goals, avoiding distractions, practicing gratitude, and being disciplined, we can make the most of our time. The Stoics also reminded us to accept the limits of time and to use the awareness of our mortality to motivate us to live well. Their wisdom is timeless, and by applying their lessons to our lives, we can live with purpose, intention, and fulfillment. Remember, the way you spend your time is the way you spend your life. Choose wisely,